So my day begins, or my schedule begins at 7. So I have to wake up either an hour or 30 minutes earlier just to prepare myself for the day, get my coffee, and be fired up for the day. And the twins that I care for are 2.5, David and Jonathan, and they've got such different personalities, completely different personalities. David is the early riser. Jonathan likes to sleep in. And they wake up at about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, David being 6:30. Jonathan, it's always either 7 o'clock or 8:30. So when I wake up, so I have my coffee and I prepare their breakfast before I go upstairs to get them. And breakfast would be either waffles, French toast, cereal, milky, and that kind of stuff. Or muffins. If I've baked muffins, they'll have muffins for breakfast. And I sort that out. So if I have to put anything in the toaster oven, I do so quickly, and then I go get them. And when I get them, I bring them down, their milky's prepared, and they have their either waffle or French toast or whatever they're having that morning. And I read them a story. Every morning I read them a story, either from Dr. Seuss books. If not Dr. Seuss, we're reading dinosaur stories, dinosaurs good, dinosaurs bad, dinosaurs happy, dinosaurs sad, or we're singing the wheels on the bus or row, row, row your boat. And that would be a good hour, or a good 45 minutes at least, 45 minutes at least, and we'd have that activity in the morning. And then after that, wash their hands, and then, prep their faces, and then I dress them up for school. Or if it's a Monday is usually what we do is we go to a morning class, a mid-morning class, not far from here, and we sing songs over there, and we play around and run around, and it's really, really great. Like, I'm learning songs that I'm starting to love. And they do different activities which enhance their sensory or their vocabulary or their listening skills, or that assist in any form of development that needs to be catered for. So that's what we do on a Monday, and that's after brushing their teeth and dressing them up. And now that it's winter, oh my gosh, it's taking so much longer to get these boys dressed up. Summer, it would be like 7 minutes, I'm done. Now I'm needing to budget like 20 minutes to get them dressed up. But it's okay. And then Tuesday to Thursday, they attend school. So they've got morning classes. They have to be at school on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 in the morning till 1:45 in the afternoon, which is great because they get to do a whole lot of stuff that, we don't usually do here. And on a typical afternoon, any given time of the week, they'd come back. If it's a Monday, we get back from Starland, and I give them a bath, or I put them in a bathtub and they enjoy the bubbles, and I put different colors inside there, and they enjoy that, and they have fun, and they eat bubbles and all that stuff. And then they nap every single day. Their nap time is 1:30. On a Monday and a Friday, I have lunch with them, so I'd maybe fix up a nice sandwich for them, or they'd have bagels, or whatever they'd like to have. Their mother likes me to give them vegetables at all times, so they'd have their vegetables first, and then they'd have their main meal that they're having for lunch, and then they'd have maybe a yogurt as a dessert, or a biscuit to say thank you for eating your healthy stuff. And yeah, so they nap for about 2 hours, so 1:30 to about 3:30, and because it's the winter, after they nap, we can't go out unless we're going out for 5 minutes, which I'm like, yeah, 5 minutes outside is cool on a winter afternoon. But if we're not going outside, what I like to do with them is I like to take them downstairs to the basement, because they've got a nice little setup there. It's like the second playroom. After that, usually if we're not in the basement or after the basement, what I like to do with them is some craft work. So I cut up different shapes. We've got different colored papers. And I make this big poster that I stick together, and Yeah, so they've got all these shapes, and they have to name these shapes, and I put glue on the shapes, and then they have to stick these shapes on. And if we're not doing that, we're doing painting, paint their hands, cute little hands. So we have a good 2 hours of, not 2 hours, so half past three to about 6 o'clock. Yeah, half past three to about 6 o'clock. We're playing around, or we're doing some kind of craft work. And then come 6 o'clock, 6:30, I sort out their late dinner, and they have to start with the vegetables first, and then they get into whatever we're having. It could be rice, chicken nuggets, it could be a curry of some sort, and they get into that. And sometimes it's a bit of a challenge because one would want to eat and the other would not, for whatever reason. But it's always been an interesting experience. So their routine, or my routine, it's pretty fixed. Monday to Friday, that's like how the day would usually flow, And after dinner, it takes us about 45 minutes to eat, sometimes longer, depending on who's in the mood for it or not. And then after dinner, they play around just so they can digest the food in the playroom or the family room. And then I have to brush their teeth. And by that time, the parents are already back, so, it makes the load lighter. And so either myself or the mum and the dad, they're going to be assisting to that regard, getting the kids dressed up for bedtime, brushing their teeth. And 8 o'clock on the dot, every single day, it's time to go to bed. And what they like to do is they like to jump on the bed, on their parents' bed, before they go sleep. And then after that, they know that it's bedtime. And what bedtime encompasses is we have to read a book to them before they go to bed. And when they go to bed, we have to put music for them, which is just there to help them sleep. And they've got these sound machines / humidifiers just to help them get into it, And that's how a typical day is for me as an au pair.